Hey, all amazing beings. I'm coming to you from a really rainy Stockholm. So if there is a lot of noise, it's all the rain coming for the midsummer weekend. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been, adjusting and enjoying my time here in Stockholm. And yeah, coming from like a smaller city in Stockholm, I mean in Spain, to going to Stockholm, it's kind of an adjustment actually, because it's kind of chill in Spain, and then you come here to Stockholm, and then there's a lot of stress and a lot of noise. So it took a little while for me to kind of get into the groove again of this big city life, and I'm happy I live nearby the nature though, that I can go out and hang out in every day if I like, and I'm super grateful I have amazing beings around me. It's been so much fun to catching up to everybody. Hey Dorit, hey Gilbert. So yeah, and Stockholm is actually a great place if you want to get shit done, because it has this amazing doing energy. So whenever I come here, I find myself like being busy and creating a lot, and yeah, but it's at the same time I don't want to get stuck in just being busy. There's a difference between actually creating and just being busy. What is it that we want to spend our time doing? And this video that I'm about to do, or that I'm already making, it's been up in my world for quite some time, and for the last 2 days it's been really intense. So it's really about that time to do it, when something is just popping in your world and you're like, you can't get it out of your head, you just got to do it. And yeah, so now it was light to do it. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to come out of my mouth. I'm just going to flow with it, but I know I have a lot to say about this topic, that no modality is greater than you. That's what I've named this video. Hey Dite. So first off, I just want to tell you all that if you've been doing any form of modality or techniques or any self-help, I just want to remind you that you are greater than any modality. You have all the answers within yourself, and you are so awesome. And I bet if you're watching this, you have a unique message to share with the world, and a unique way, of course, of expressing that and being authentically you. And yeah, there's so many gifts that you have to share with the world. And many of you know that I've been doing something called Access Consciousness for a lot of years. I was a certified facilitator for almost 5 years. And I think it was around last summer, I found myself a little lost, like I almost was lost in the modality. Okay, so because I asked myself, like, how would I truly express this? And I didn't know, I was so used to speaking access speak that I didn't know how I would express myself, and I didn't know how to speak so that everybody understood what I was saying, so I could relate to everybody, because I want to relate to everybody, and so that's when I realized, like, I want to like actually distance myself a little bit from this, and see who I am and what is true for me, and what it is I'm here to share with the world, and my unique message. Oh, sorry, it's a little bumpy, you're up on my pillow here. And this is not at all like a representation of, what occurs when you're access or anything. This is just my experience. And if any of you are feeling the same way, or, going through the same thing, just know there's nothing wrong with you. It's never been anything wrong with you. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with what you're feeling or anything like that. So yeah, so I started taking last classes, and I didn't renew my license, and I started exploring instead, what it is I would like to create and share with the world. And because access is actually tools to empower you to be you, and empower you to know what you already know. And for some reason it got the opposite, it like had the opposite effect after a while for me, that I didn't know who I was. I was becoming more the modality than me. which was not working at the end. So that's why I chose to take a step back and explore me and explore, what it is I'm here to do. Hey Yalme, hey Maybrit. So yeah, I want to definitely remind all of you that no modality is greater than you. Like, you have all the answer within yourself. And what if you don't even need anybody to empower you? What if you maybe, just have someone that can remind you to self-empower you? Because if you have someone that is empowering you, when they go away, who's going to empower you? So that's what I like got last night, I think. Like, you know, what if we could just encourage each other to self-empower? Because you're so awesome. And sometimes we just need a reminder that we have all the answers within, and there's no modality that can tell you something that you don't actually already know, because you're all knowing, that like the cool being that you are. And we talked about that in Access too, that we already know everything. And when I got to Access, I had been using a lot of the tools before, even because that's just how I was living my life. I was, trusting what was light for me, and I was usually going for that. And yeah, there was a lot of capacity I had before, and then I could explore them even more with the tools of Access. And I'm so grateful for all the change I chose to create with the tools, and for other people as well. I've had a lot of Access classes that's been amazing. So I'm super grateful for the tools and for everything. It's not about that really. It's about, not forgetting that you have all the answers, and there's no modality that can tell you anything that you don't already know. And what's important is for you to be you and share your message with the world, no matter what modality you're using or not using, or whatever it is. So, any questions? This is so fun. I like you. Well, thank you. I like you too. Yeah, and in me taking a step back, also, I've allowed myself to explore more things that is not really the Access way, or not something that is like what you do there, or what's their point of view. I've been exploring about love and about like being in your heart, and I reconnected with my capacities, like reading tarot cards and channeling and having fun with my capacities. That's so easy for me that I forget that I even do it, speaking with my guides and the spirit worlds and stuff like that. So I've been using more of that in my sessions and coaching in programs lately. And it's been so much fun to just use what's so easy to you. And we talk about that in Access too, that, do what's so easy for you. But I've talked with a lot of people, and for some reason, some of them stop doing that when they come to Access, and they kind of make that the answer instead of, keep doing everything that you have a capacity for and everything that's fun for you. I've seen that so many times. I had a friend that said to me yesterday that, oh my God, I started singing for weddings and funerals again, and it's so much fun. But for some reason, I stopped when I started with Access. And again, this is not something that Access encourages you to do. It's just something I see occurs for a lot of people. Not a lot, well, some people I've talked to. So it's, what if you don't have to make any modality right or wrong or the answer? Just remember that you are the answer. You are the amazing being that have all the answers inside. And sometimes you just need someone to remind you that you do, and remind you that you can self-empower you to whatever it is that you would like to see in the world and create in the world. So yeah. Awesome, you guys. What else? What else would I like to share with you? Um, hmm. Yeah, maybe just like relax and drop your barriers and expand out and receive from all the energies that are here to contribute to you right now. There's so many energies around us that would like to contribute to us, but sometimes we don't notice them because we might be busy, we might put up barriers, and what is it that would like to contribute to you right now that you might not be receiving? Yay. Yeah, I like to be like a channel for the spirit world sometimes and remind people that, hey, we're here to contribute. All you got to do is ask. So what is it that you would like to ask for from your guides and the spirit world that they would be happy to contribute with? Hey, Johanna. Um, yeah, because they are here to contribute to you guys. And that's another thing that's been popping for me. What confidence can you guys be with everything that you're sharing in the world? Like, what confidence can you pull out from within you and be in the world? Because there's a lot of people asking for what you have to offer. And when you're being the confidence that you truly be, it's so easy to just show up in the world and ask you and be you. Yeah, it's a nice space. I like this space. Do you guys have any questions? And I was reminded, I went to yoga last night and I was reminded, are we showing gratitude for the things we have and the things that are about to come into our lives, or are we focused on the things that we don't have yet? So that was a cool thing for me to look at, like, oh my God, there's so much more I can be grateful for here. And what if we don't have to focus on what we don't have yet, but actually tap into that we already have it yet? Because if you ask for it, it's coming. And when we can be grateful for that, it's coming even faster. And when we think, oh, it's not probably going to show up, that's when we stop the order. So how much more is there for you in your life to be grateful for, and for stuff that haven't even shown up yet? Because that's another thing I've been looking at too, like the vibe I have throughout my day and the energy I choose to be, and yeah, I've been going back to really simple tools of being in the world, that your vibe is actually what's creating in the world, and um, what you choose to think and feel and be in the world is creating every day. So whenever I've kind of like experienced myself or caught myself like being in a lack state of mind, I've been like also replacing that point of view with like, oh, well, I always have more money coming in, and I'm always, have more, because that's true, because you always have more coming, right? So when I started to open up for that, like things have expanded way more, and I love just replacing points of view that I discover with something that actually works for me and something that's true for me too, not something that I just take out of thin air and that's not really true for me, because that might not work as well as like, oh, I know I have more coming in, because that's actually true, because you do. Oh, thank you, Johanna. I love the title of this. Yeah, there is no modality that is created in you. And maybe I came away a little bit from the topic. I'm just flowing with whatever comes to me and whatever I want to share with you guys. But it's so true. Like I see people do that. They make modalities greater than you, and they get lost in who they be, and they speak more the modality than themselves. And that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier too, that I experienced myself a little lost in modalities instead of being me, which is actually the opposite of what the modality is there for you to do. So just know, if you're experiencing the same thing, you're not wrong, you've never been wrong, and you're not alone for feeling that or thinking that. So that's what I wanted to reach out to all of you guys that might think that there's something wrong with you because you're not, you know, having the same kind of thing going on as a lot of other people. But you're not alone, and you're not wrong. So, and you've never been wrong. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share with you guys, unless you have any questions. I'm happy I did this video. It's been popping, like I said, for a bit, and now I finally did it, and it's just like, oh, feels greater. So yeah, what is it that you're here to share with the world, uniquely you? Because that's what I would love to work with people who are here to, create lives that they love and expand their business and, here to share their unique message with the world. And that's what I realized, taking some time to myself, I realized that's what I'm here to do, like contribute to people finding what they're here to share and actually get it out there in the world, sharing their brilliance with the world. Hey, Madeline, my little sister is here. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me after this video too. And I'm happy you're on my page. I'm grateful you're watching. And thank you so much for you. And have an amazing day or night wherever you are.